welcome back. You're watching Hard Copy, coming to you from our studios in Abuja. Senator Anyanwu is our guest tonight, and we're about to turn our attention to the politics of the Southeast. Now, I'm going to ask you quickly, what issues do you think will be the hot button issues for the Southeast come 2019, especially as we go towards 2019? People have talked about restructuring, they've talked about, autonomy and things of the sort. We saw how the Southeast was heated up during this, administration, the talks of Biafra, secession, and things of the sort. What issues do you think will be most important to the people of the Southeast come 2019?
I think that restructuring is going to be important to us because some of the things that we talked about are all indicative of the fact that the structure of Nigeria as constituted right now is not working very well. And
is that going to be for the people or for the politicians?
No, for the people, because, see, restructuring walks into the people's issues. The people's issue, development. The Southeast is left behind. It's not being developed. It's not given an adequate sense of belonging. And in 2019, the Southeast is going to look out for those candidates and who are going to, go with us on those issues. Those are very important to us. Restructuring is important both to the Southwest and Southeast and Middle Belt. You can say it because, say, that all these things that we need things to be done a little bit differently. The SSS, the police, not all the structures of the federal government, not respecting other branches of the government, the executive not respecting and observing proper, not respecting the legislature. Now the EFCC freezing the accounts of state governments and all that also indicates that they don't quite recognize they are impeding the other tiers of government. And restructuring is all about defining things.
Now, some people will say that those are things that the law can settle.
You see, because with a restructured Nigeria, you're going to have a little bit of independence of these other tiers, And you are not going to have, agencies of federal government, impeding them and causing all these problems and all that. So more than ever before, the things that have happened in the last few weeks have indicated the absolute need to restructure Nigeria. For us in the Southeast, we want a restructured Nigeria because that is at least far better than the other extreme that the kids have been talking about.
The reason I ask this is because, people have talked about the resources that have accrued to each state of the Federation in a long time. For some people, they think that for the people, it's still the issues of electricity, good roads, power supply, and things of the sort. Those are the things that are very important to the people, not restructuring. They believe that that is something, that is a narrative that the political class has been pushing through.
No, but you see, you keep going after these developmental things, but you're not getting them anyway. But in a restructured Nigeria, it's going to be easier for people to get those things because you are now going to focus on regions and states. And not everything will not be coming from the federal government. People are going to be looking at their own resources, whatever you have, and then you pay to the federal government. So I think that those development needs are going to be easier to satisfy in a restructured Nigeria than the way it is now, everything concentrated at the center.
Well, we'll see how that discussion goes. Because we're already entering the political season if we're not there already. And of course, the issues will begin to come up. Now, one of the initial reasons you were quoted as having given for throwing your hat in the political ring when you went in 2007 was that you said you felt you could do more than observe and moan about the things that were not going right. You said with your years of reporting government politics and social issues, oil and diplomacy, you had come to understand governance issues as well, and you felt you could be more useful in helping to find solutions to the problems. Now, how much of the change you desired to see would you say you were able to bring about in your time in the Senate?
I was able to. And I have to tell you that it gave me a lot of pleasure to have direct impact on the lives of people. There's no way as a journalist that I could have had that kind of impact or contact. in the National Assembly, I was able to understand the needs of the people, bring them to Abuja, lobby for projects and things like that, take them home to meet those needs of those people there. I was able to also empower some people. That is direct impact. There's nothing, I may practice journalism the rest of my life, but you know, to have that kind of impact on the number of people that I was able to was, you know, very, very satisfying to me. I did a lot. You know.
Some people have talked about the high turnover of legislators at the National Assembly,
yes.
and they believe that it's because of a lack of understanding of the role that, you know, legislators are supposed to play. Would you say you also suffered a bit of that from your constituency?
No, I wasn't, you know, I didn't go back, I didn't seek to come back to the Senate. As you know, I ran for governor, and I suspect that had I gone back, for, you know, to them to seek to come back to Senate, I might have gotten it easily, and that is a, yeah. The high turnover is, yes, there was that lack of understanding, but I think that as we go along the democracy, as it lasts longer, and they see other constituencies also send back their good candidates, you know, more and more, they now begin to understand that it's really for them. They benefit more when people return to any branch of the legislature, you know, because they have more knowledge, they understand the grounds, you know, they are able to bring more things home, they are able to impact more, and it's good for them. They understand that this is a seniority game, and the more you are there, the more you are able to, you know, go up and possibly also impact much stronger on them.
Now, I have read that you do not like to talk about the time you spent in prison as a journalist under the oppressive regime of General Sani Abacha. Now, you're still in the business of media, however, and you said that one of the things one of your favorite spaces is the media. Are you happy with the environment today?
The media environment? The media environment is okay, but I think that in fact what is happening now, it's a threat. This whole thing about lack of freedom of expression, that is bound to impact on the media, because
you cannot, people are not expressing themselves freely?
No. There's this fear that whatever you say is going to be is going to bring a lot of repercussions, and that is very dangerous for our democracy. I think that we have to pull back from that. I think that people, you know, we have to get back on track with our democracy. That freedom of expression has to happen, because it is absolute necessity. People are not speaking freely because they are afraid that EFCC will come after them or DSS will come after them, and that is. Is that fear really real, or is that something that people just feel? Well, I mean, from your experience, you tell me, if you step out of NBC, we come right now, and that is part of what that whole creeping thing, you know, on us, and it is real, and we have to pull back from that. We need to allow Nigerians to express themselves freely and responsibly. Because if they don't, what comes out is an explosive kind of reaction. And repression will always bring anarchy and chaos, and we don't want that. So I think that starting from what the Vice President did this week, I think that all the elements of government should, you know, queue in line and, you know, go back to the proper practice of a democracy, respect.
Senator, I've been told we're totally out of time. We have to go. Thank you so much for coming on Hard Copy.
Yes.
And we wish you all the best in your future endeavors. That's the show tonight. Thank you for watching. But as always, we look forward to getting your feedback. Please use the handles on your screen. I'm Maokwe Ogun Yusuf. Good night.
Well, we have to do this.